side, at least as far as things go for Yu's set, right? And now Lores, we were kind of trying to figure out before, like, would Lores allow the same kind of thing to happen? And based off of the way this game has already started, the answer is seeming like a no. But if Yuz is really committed to slowing things down here, I just want to see how much quicker Lores is at pulling the trigger on offense.
Yeah, let's find out. Use on the Great Sword back to Fortress of Lions, and now we also get to find out whether it was truly power that was instigating that game state or not, right? Because Use over here trying to go in, Lores knocking him out with a neutral light. Side light opener not really connecting, and Lores falls down, tries to get a Sarah, gets a nair, double nair. Maybe a recovery right afterwards. I don't know. Down to connects, and Use disarmed.
And no dodge for a moment here, but Lores can't cover the option back to the stage, looking for a final blow here, and Yuz just holds the dodge, not committing to an option until he sees Lores going for the recovery, and then says, all right, it's time to dodge.
Ooh. Recovery does it. And a really solid first stock.
Convincing.
Yeah, Yuz is, all right, let's see what Yuz can do. I'm not going to judge any of the sets based off of the game one with Yuz, because so far game one has been like where Yuz actually gathers some information. You know, the whole entire concept of downloading your opponent. Although with Yuz it's less of downloading and struggling to barely 3-2. At least today, that's what it feels like.
And you can even see, right, like, very tough to want to swing first if your opponent's committed to not when they have the lead, you know? And so Yuz trying to, like, slowly piece his way back into this game, but Laura is making it difficult, as he should, but can't seem to find a weapon here. This is Yuz's opportunity to bring this back to even and maybe even get a lead.
Yuz is playing sword like Axe.
Yes.
He's doing lots of neutral lights until it works.
It's the same strategy. It's the exact same strategy. The only difference is you don't have Axe D-Light to mix in, and so when it comes to like juggling, you have to use nairs a lot more, right? But they're also just incredibly hard to punish, and so we'll see here. But now that Yuz does have the lead, it means Loris has to approach, and he's going to try to take that as an opportunity to rack up some damage. And so far, Loris has been winning out.
Yeah, one nair hits through.
Nice.
It's great to cancel sidelight finisher. A rare choice coming out from Yuz there, and a down air right perfectly spaced stops the spear recovery. Sidelight and light bridge.
Yeah.
He did just let it rip, and sometimes you just do. That's like one of those things where you're like, is he dodging left or is he dodging right? Well, what if I just want to press my buttons as fast as possible?
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes they dodge up and get hit anyway. So.
Yeah. Good damage coming out from Yuz so far, but that's a great read. Double nair into recovery. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it for sure, but Yuz recoveries to safety.
Oh man, you can see Yuz is having a hard time getting down on this spear from Lores, but when he's going to get a hit here, doesn't get the dash forward on that end light, so he doesn't quite find the punish. Can he jump Sayer this? No, he doesn't even go for it. Prioritizes getting back on stage, which honestly, I can respect. Sometimes that's not the move that you're really trying your hardest to punish sometimes. But despite that, Yuz able to find that like end light.
It was bridge finisher, both end lights.
Yes, both end lights, yeah. And then just closing that one out.
Yeah, the angle of knockback on that, I don't remember how many patches ago, but it was this year, got like slightly adjusted so that it can knock out a little bit earlier in those scenarios, and that coming in clutch there. Doesn't go straight up, but no longer straight diagonal either. Down sig, dodged. Second one dodged. Recovery, however, does connect with Yuz trying to jump out of safety after whipping that side light, and Loras can even things up pretty quickly. And last, side light coming through with that opener to down light bridge. Can he get another one? Just one little poke, trying to see what Loras is going to do. He's hitting a lot of these side light D-lights, but nothing after him.
And you know, it's fine. Get that guaranteed damage and get out. At this point, like, you have so much damage racked up on you. I can understand not wanting to commit to a finisher unless you for sure have something guaranteed.
It also makes it really nerve-wracking for your opponent to be like, when is he going to actually do something after the first two hits? Because once Yuz lets it rip, it could be 5 to 6 hits that just leads to the win. Bo Nair even knocking out beneath the stage there. I was wondering, like, did he go deep enough to where he'll survive this? But no, he ends up getting knocked out there, and Yuz versus Lores is now 1-1.
Oh, wow. And that recovery managed to hit. And actually dashes back and could have covered that dodge in, but kind of is content with just controlling stage. And Lores trying to bring something back here and slowly doing it. Yuz just lets it rip. You know, there's a point where he's like, bro, you're not dodging. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, he watched him not dodge after like 4 consecutive side D-lights, right?
Yeah.
And that was, I think there was 2 knockouts to where he was able to just go right away. I think we're going to see in the second replay here. This is like he throws a great sort of way, side light, neutral light. Yeah, he just Goes for the neutral light finisher there. We're going to see that at the very end on this situation as well. Oh, he dodged out.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I imagine Hughes did.
Yeah.
But we both missed it because that was like a very quick dodge down straight into the stage. I wonder if Loras thought he could dodge down underneath the stage and he accidentally clipped the lip, like right at the side. Either way, Hughes, great job capitalizing on that, and he takes game 1 over Loras here in the elimination semifinal.
All right, so there we go. That was just Hughes being optimal with the punish. Here we go. Loras doing a great job. When he's had Hughes in these juggle situations, he's actually done a fantastic job of juggling him and getting lots of bits of extra damage. But Hughes, finding these side lights and then just content with just that damage. It's like,
side light, D-light, get what's confirmed, and then go, what?
It's like the way he's playing Sword, but on Greatsword, It's like you take what you can get and get out. Oh,
he dodges straight up into the spear ground pound. It's kind of a classic spear knockout right there. Just covers the entire wall.
Oh, that's guaranteed. Nice. Yeah, goes for the immediate tear because when it's a dodge down like that, it's really hard to hit someone before they touch the floor. And so if you go for like that GCD light on spear, a lot of the times they get their dodge back by then.
Ooh. Yeah, we're seeing the same footsies that we saw before. This might just be how people play against Hughes.
Yeah.
This is just like we've all been 3-stocked by Hughes' Greatsword. We don't want to anymore. Like that's what I see happening here. And Laura's with the lead. He's just kind of like, yeah, actually, I can just keep dodging back.
Yeah, look at him go. Hughes manages to counter punch very well, though. Yeah, despite the fact that it seems like Hughes sometimes isn't even necessarily trying to control all the space on the stage. It always feels like he's standing in a spot where he can counter punch, and that matters more to his stock.
All right, Hughes does finally battle his way through. Took a lot of damage in the meantime. Let's see what weapon Loras has got on deck. He's been mostly playing with Spear against Hughes so far. I don't recall what your opinions were with Bow versus Greatsword, but I imagine Bow's...
I despise it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Bow clears. It's one of those where it's like, I'd just rather not.
Oh. Dash jumps 4 times in a row before hitting one end light. And the end stick does punish the side stick. That was a weird side stick from Hughes.
Yeah, he did just kind of like let it rip there, but maybe just read a different dodge or something like that. Granted,
Cider hits.
He's getting a little bit more confident to swing here, and honestly, if you're going to bring things back, you're going to have to. But ends up getting caught by the Kaya down sig, I think, trying to cross through Loras, and is getting clipped on the way out.
Yeah, it was a rare usage of that signature. I was thinking if Loras was going to do it at all, it was be after he got Hughes off the side of the stage, but he just gets to go from center. Hughes does jump all the way around it, gets one down air, but then is boxed off the stage again. What's Loras going to do here? No dodge. Dash forward, dash back. We might be seeing this a little bit longer here. So what do you think Hughes sticks with the Jaeyoon after this game, win or lose, after what's happening here? Because I know last time they encountered a situation like this, he just went straight over to Finn.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that's necessarily the play here. I think it's just to get off of Fortress of Lions. It's just so hard to do when stage striking is in this way. D-Light recovery comes through, and Hughes is almost certainly not coming back from this one.
I think the question ends up being for me is like, how well do you think your axe does to the Spear of Loras? Because I feel like he's struggling in the sword.
I mean, if he was playing sword like axe, just get a better axe. That's what I'm coming down to. Like, if all you're doing is he's staying with the Jaeyoon. So we're gonna see these replays of these knockouts here from Loras. There was that ground pound getting the dodge up. I think the down stick from center was the second knockout here.
Yeah, I think on the cross through, right? Yeah. Reads the movement completely on that one. And then another recovery, I think, here. No, side air.
518 damage on the spear. I mean, we were talking about how, like, we don't think Bo, at least you, I agree with you in the fact that, like, Bo's got a pretty good time against Greatsword, but that's not what Loras is favoring at all. He's been picking it up a lot and just getting rid of it, and now Hughes is bringing them back to Fortress of Lions here for Game 3. It's Jaeyoon versus Kaya once again. Let's see how this plays out. One thing's for sure, once Hughes gets a deficit, Hughes seems to be playing counter hit no matter what the game state is.
Yes.
And it's like, Hughes, you're down a whole stock. And he's like, I know, but he'll hit me eventually.
Eventually.
I'm like,
yeah.
But it's just not, it really wasn't working out. So he's got to get that lead, and he's got to hold on to it for dear life if he wants to play that way the entire set.
Oh, yes, figure out a way to land. That's one way to do it. Just comes down with a side air. Doesn't hit anybody, but gets him down. Nice little retaliatory side air, I guess I'll say. From Loras, who's had like a really good first stock this far. Doing pretty good with this bow as well, but Yus manages to get a counter punch. But nothing taking the stock, and I'm wondering if Loras is going to be the first one to get it here. He's going to get another down sig on a cross through, or maybe read a jump with a neutral sig. We'll see. But Yus is armed now.
Neutralite knocks him off the side of the stage. Dash forward D-Light. That was actually a pretty clutch spot dodge there. Loras, like, I feel like thought I was guaranteed that his Nair was going to connect. And then when it didn't, Spear Nair stops your drift towards the stage. And he just falls down and was unable to touch. Yus takes the first stock here. And this is pretty good for Yus's game plan. Let's see if oh, right there, one recovery. So deceptively strong, bow recovery.
Yeah, it has like that extra bit of oomph.
Even though it doesn't show it in like the knockback trajectory, like you just kind of like soar off the stage.
Yeah, it's very graceful.
Ooh.
Double Nair, yeah.
Yeah, Loras has gotten a few of those this set. They've been getting him great mileage. He's been constantly tracing Yus retreating high off the top of the stage anytime that he gets a neutral win. And Spear just so happens to be very good at laddering up with opponents like that.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Oh, tries to extend it, but Loras recognizes he has his dodge back in time. And with that said, Loras kind of dancing around Yus for a bit here. Yus gets a turnaround side air. That is nice, though, that, you know, you kind of, nice little three-piece there. What's great, so you start your side air, you immediately hit the floor, you just force the hitbox out faster.
Oh, Loras misspaces his dodge on the way back to stage, and now just one, like, it's so interesting, actually, how much success Yus has gotten off of just letting the greatsword strings go. That sidelight finisher there into the side air is catching him, but man, Kaya can just do that. Kaya can just do that, can't she?
Keep looking at you, just follow you all the way across, really line it up.
It's like I'm charging and I'm sliding. It's like
she got one eye closed, sticking her tongue out, you know, like really making sure she don't miss.
Oh, 1-1 right now. Loras gets a side light, waits for something, and he goes for the wrong read on that neutral light. Nice job with the recovery from Yus. Attacks on some pretty good damage. Even if Sword Recovery doesn't have the strong knockback at the end of it, the damage is still getting through.
All right, Loras, what are you going to do here? It looks like so far you've been playing around this greatsword pretty well, but Yus has been doing a great job of keeping things even. And the last stock is the only one that matters. You can see he's starting to gain some momentum now. It looks like he's trying to maybe change the pace in the last second to catch Loras off guard, but I think Loras is starting to recognize that and is starting to move faster as well. It's really getting a bit precarious here as Yus almost gets it right there. Dodge comes back in time again.
The one that he
Loras
finally lets rip is going to be the finisher that connects, isn't it? Oh, but he gets the D-Lights into the side air. Second side air did Yus to even touch the stage. He's sweating back the stage and the down heavy stops him from landing. He goes for the side sig and he doesn't get the distance. Loras with the phenomenal coverage there. Unarmed, I think that was actually the best move with the best angle of knockback to keep him from touching the stage, right?
Yeah.
Because neutral sig wouldn't have knocked out. He would have been able to come straight down onto the landing. Haymaker, there's a chance that he touched the stage before it connects.
Oh, and the tough part is, I think, like, right here, Yus has to weapon throw. I think he goes for side air. I think he has to weapon throw down.
Oh, yeah. And then...
And that, like...
Diagonal dodge? Would that have even made it? I don't know. That was tough.
I think Yus can touch the wall there, but you have to... You get 50-50 on whether or not you think they're going to commit to the ground pound. So if you hit the guy when he's ground pounding, you just use the chase dodge to get back.
The swipe of the sword would have won.
Yes, exactly. But otherwise, you just make the choice to go to the stage and you assume that he's not going to do it, and so you just guess wrong.
Well, Loras is now one game away from being in top 3, which doesn't secure the Royale, but I think this would be his first Royale if he was able to beat Wes. But he's got to get through Yus first. Yus match points over here, as we've been on Fortress of Lions for the majority of South America, honestly. This is where everybody seems to be taking Yus's greatsword. And Loras opening up with the bow, gets hit by that side light and light bridge, but not much else follows. Sarah recovery. Okay, what do we got?
Oh, look at that movement.
And lights galore, and gets the nair as well. Falling down there, stops the pressure. A little bit of a clash there. Use takes some damage back into his favor.
Oh, tries to read.
With a finisher there.
Yeah, and it was like it's going to get an early KO, but...
You still get, you don't need the moves to connect to get the extra oomph there. I bring it up every once in a while, so that sidelight finisher, so much more powerful because you went through 2 other moves to get there, as opposed to when you just do like sidelight, or even less powerful as gravity cancel sidelight, right? You need to have a little bit more power behind it by doing all the steps to the dance, basically. Sarah will get that knockout though, and Laura's evens it up really quickly. But that's why it was like cool to see Yuz be like going for like, all right, here's my opener, bridge, and finisher.
Yeah.
And he like just like hoping only that one would hit on the side of the stage.
Dolores has not been falling for it, man. Yuz trying his best, and these games have been close. You know, they've been last stock. Yuz unable to find the finishing blow, and it can feel really tough sometimes. That's why a lot of people like playing Jaehyun, and so that when you end up in those last stock situations, you just fish for D-Light recovery with sword, because sometimes finding that like finishing recovery or that bridge or the read is so far to find.
Yuz has been getting good damage so far here. End lights. Side light, goes forward with that dash forward, nothing else comes out of it. Lores gets so many side lights there, tries to go all the way up for a downer. They're both sweating back to the stage, and Lores is the one getting all the hits. Side light to down sig, doesn't find it and Yuz. Oh, is that going to be the finisher? No! Ends up getting hit and sent flying.
Yeah, makes a bit of a commitment there in terms of what the punish sequence is going to be, and can't find Lores' movement in the midst of all that, and ends up losing a stock for it. But not too far behind here. Yuz, you know, you can throw out a neutral sig maybe, D-Light recovery, just has to swing at some point. Lores is swinging first, to be honest, and just kind of winning, like hitting him more, you know?
Whoa.
He's swinging first and hitting him more.
Can't believe that dare knocked off the side of the stage there. He pivoted in just the right way. Side air catches Lores trying to drift towards the edge of the stage, and Yuz evens it up 1-1. It has been a very close game, every game this set, but Lores has got the match point. And Yuz, wow, all right. Endlight bridge and the finisher there. Good amount of damage.
And that path is good too, because the Endlight finisher leaves you airborne, and so it's a lot harder to punish for a lot of people.
I usually saw, I think when we were watching Greatsword in EU, a nair swiftly follow up after that a lot of the
that
times.
as well.
Yeah. When
Nice
we were watching.
extra damage.
Oh, weapon throw, point blank, actually did connect. Picks it back up, goes for the Greatsword. Oh, that's huge.
He's not dodging.
Another nair comes through there, and that was what Yuz took advantage of in the game that he won, was the fact that Lores was not dodging in a lot of those strings. Oh, but it's still so close. Endlight comes through, Downtick does not get punished. Avoids one side light, can he avoid another? He does. Oh, but Yuz, I thought that was going to be the finisher. I thought that was just going to be the stock.
Ooh, and Yuz.
Endlight down sig, is that it?
Not quite.
He has
but
a dodge.
One shot here. Gets
Nair
caught.
hits.
Needs to touch the floor. Needs it. Needs a weapon throw down. No, just goes to the platform.
Okay.
And now you can start fishing for a little bit, but like,
Oh.
Kaya does have defense.
Is he low? His damage health is going to be so low. Recovery hits, it disarms him. It doesn't knock him out, but he doesn't have a weapon, and Lores has to weapon starve to be able to get this. And he goes all the way down, gets the recovery. Is that it?
No.
Yuz barely survives from getting hit by the recovery from beneath the stage. Bow neutral air would definitely do it. Sarah bounced him against the stage. Yuz fighting for his life. One-arm recovery comes through. Can he pick up a weapon?
Pick it up.
He misses
Tries
it.
to bait it.
Lores now on the spear. They're both just fighting unarmed. Where's the weapon spawn? They're going to be spawning twice as fast now. Okay.
Oh, the chop.
Sword neutral.
He has to get this edge guard. No, he goes low.
He goes low. Lores goes high.
He doesn't have the recovery either, and the nair's going to be enough, and Lores is going to move on 3-1, winning the set over Yuz in the nail biter of a game 4, but Yuz just could not find the final blow.
Yeah, that was Yuz got hit by knockout moves in the position that he